Breaking news in this hour is that Kenny Kunene, the former MMC of Safety in Johannesburg, has officially resigned. This was posted by trusted and reliable sources. In fact, all the journalists, ENCA, this senior journalist for SABC has posted that. Patriotic Alliance has posted that letter. A lot of people have posted about this letter, but I need to take you back into the beginning as to where does all of this emanate from. So it emanates from Mkhwanazi's team when they were there to arrest Katiso. As a result of that arrest, Kenny Kunene then said that, no, I was there to accompany a journalist. The question that I want to ask you before we even dive into the video is, if the visit of Kenny Kunene was purely about visiting or accompanying a journalist, the question that you have to ask is as follows. Why then resign? If you know, and you know it for a fact, that there is nothing wrong that you have done, why then do you resign? I want to pause it there. Why then do you resign? Now, I want to remind you of a statement issued, I want to remind you the words of Mkhwanazi. When Mkhwanazi says, remember that we arrested Katiso, but somehow Katiso get out of prison, and then people are arrested, then the Khumalo team is arrested, and nobody noticed that the way in which this man seems to be bypassing laws, or some people seems to be there seems to be opening a way for him. Do you remember Mkhwana speaking about that? He spoke about the fact that Katiso has got some sort of backing power behind him. Now we then suddenly seeing Abo Kenny Kunene resigning. I want you to ask the question, why does Kenny Kunene resign if he knows he was just accompanying a journalist? But listen to Mkhwanazi speaking about that here.
On the 6th of December 2024, the task team visited the premises of the two of the high-profile syndicate, of which one, Mr. Katiso Molefe, was arrested for the murder of Mr. Swart of QTech. During that arrest, an unusual activities were observed whilst the team were busy with the operation. These activities included a dispatching of members of the South African Police Service under the command of a senior manager at the head office to go and interrupt the operation that was unfolding. Fortunately, when they arrived there, the members realized that it is indeed a police operation, so they allowed the members to carry out their operation without disturbance. On the 26th of June 2025, the accused, Katiso KT Molefe, who was arrested by the very task team, was granted bail. Guess that one went under the radar.
Okay, so Mkhwanazi then, having spoken about the fact that, who's this guy, ne? Having spoken about the fact that, this guy, ne, Katiso was released on bail. I am asking myself a question, but yeah, let's read the letter from the Patriotic Alliance. This is what they say, released yesterday, by the way. They say, attention Secretary General, the name is there, and then they say, dear Secretary General, suspension of Kenny Kunene as Deputy President. I write this communique to inform, I write this communique to you following engagement with our Deputy President regarding certain allegations that have risen against him. These relate to public perception that he provided reason for being found at the home of an alleged member of a murder syndicate should be tested. As a result, he has agreed to cooperate with an investigation which will be held by the competent legal team. Until such a time he is fully cleared, he has agreed to step aside from his political role as a PA. He will therefore not act or work at any official capacity in the party while suspended. Please communicate the terms of suspension to Mr. Kunene, and be advised that the appointment of an investigators has already begun, which will be finalized through your office. I trust that you and all the Patriot will join me in remaining steadfast during this challenging time. Okay, now I'm about to read you the letter of Kunene when he was. I'm about to read you the letter of Kunene when he was, as is now resigned as an MMC of Johannesburg. But I want you to ask yourself a few questions. The same Gayton McKenzie speaking to journalists, he had some quite interesting things to say about whether or not Kunene is guilty. He had this to say.
If there's a murder that happened, and there's only two suspects, me and Kenny, I must be the main suspect. You know, Kenny Kunene can't hurt a fly. That guy is such a soft character, let me tell you. And the mistake with him, that I said, that's my fight with him always. He's too accessible. You call Kenny, where are you? Why? I'm here in the squatter camp, there's a party going here. Where are you? No, I'm just saying, I'm here this suburb meeting this. He's never at home, he's always busy and he's accessible, but I can tell you, man, he doesn't believe he was set up. I do think, he says to me, no, I wasn't set up. It was pure coincidence. I said to him that he was there during the time of the arrest. I have no proof, but I can't say for a fact. I just have a gut feeling that. But let's wait for the investigation. People must also know that we've worked very hard to rebuild our reputation coming from jail. We've worked very, 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 very hard. We will never, and I'm speaking for Mr. Kunene also, we'll never risk that by associating with even these guys. You know, even if they did this thing, if they are guilty, I was just looking at this thing. One gun killing 10 people. These are amateurs. Honestly, in the crime underworld. So why would we even mix with criminals? I'm just, you know, if you look at these things, I know crime. I can tell you now, when I heard this gun killed 10 people, I already knew you're dealing with amateurs, and I want to congratulate the cops again. I'm glad they caught them, and you would not find me in the company of those people, and you will not find Mr. Kunene in the company of those people, but what happened was very unfortunate that he was there at that time.
Okay, now let's rush to the letter now. The letter reads as follows. It says, resignation as a councillor in the city of Johannesburg. I regret to inform you that I am tendering my resignation as a proportional proportional representation councillor for the Patriotic Alliance, effective immediately. During my time as a councillor and an MMC for transport, for transport, I believe I made a significant contribution to building and rebuilding our beautiful city. And I would like to thank you and all our colleagues in the council and government to have worked professionally and diligently along with me. I am stepping aside from public life for a period while my party satisfies itself as to certain allegations that have been raised against me, which are unfounded. But I have nevertheless agreed it will be the public interest for me to await the clearing of my name before considering return to public service and duty. I believe I have always committed myself to serve the resident of Johannesburg with vigor, authenticity, and vision. During my 2 years as an MMC, I worked to be force for good, championing accessible transport, confronting inefficiencies and challenging systematic rot within our institutions, I remain loyal to patriot towards a broader political mission and remain dedicated to the upliftment of our communities. I extend my gratitude to the executive mayor, to whom I am writing separately, the city council, the administration, and the resident for the opportunity to serve. Yours in service, Kunene, signature done. Now, that is what we have now been told. Uguti Kunene has since resigned, since he was found in the Viziloko, on the premises with Katiso. Now, Julius Malema had some very interesting questions when he was asked or questioning these. He had some very interesting, and asked this question: if Kunene really was transporting a journalist, we need to know the name of the journalist. Why is it that we don't know the name of the journalist? Well, that's not me. That's Julius Malema asking that here.
It's like Kunene saying he was taking a journalist there. To take a journalist is not a secret operation. Who is that journalist? Who's that journalist? Why would you take a journalist to someone who just came out of prison, who's on bail, as an MMC? Now I'm very happy. I dance even at night. Oh, things are looking good here. We told you these things are criminals. They are nothing else but mapantiti. He says he doesn't know that guy. He knows that guy. I know that guy. Not from a personal point of view. He's a well-known businessman. Until now, we knew him as a businessman. So, but I don't have a relationship with him like that, where I can call Patrice Motsepe or go to Patrice Motsepe's house or have tea at Patrice Motsepe's house, take my wife to Patrice Motsepe's house. Patrice Motsepe's wife knows my wife. I don't know the guy like that. But for Kenny to behave like that in public office and say he doesn't know that guy, that's a lie. It's a pure lie. And that's how thugs, 26, 28 gangs succeed. They lie. They think they can outsmart everyone. So, and Mashaya, they don't care whether you are convinced or not. They tell their story. It's done. But Kenny's story is not coming together. The head of Hawks, Libya's story is not coming together. That he was not called by Molefe, he was called by a friend. So you can hear this story. An honest man would have said, I was called by Godrich, who said, there are people who pretend to be police at Marshall's house. And that's how I landed there. Because now, once these things are out, you must know that guy is...
But I must say, this is going to help the Patriotic Alliance. You know why I'm saying that? During their campaign, if Kunene is not found guilty, this is what is going to happen. They are going to say on their campaign, look at us. When we were accused, or one of us was accused of wrongdoing, guess what happened? Suspended. So if you vote for us, we will not tolerate corruption. We will confront corruption head on. That is what you are most likely to hear. I am telling you now, that is what you are most likely to hear from a PA going forward. Even if Kunene is found guilty, they will still use these stands. And I'm telling you that this stand will work because you've got people in the ANC that, despite them being accused, but they do not want to step aside. The likes of Ramaphosa, the list is endless. So EPA, Patriotic Alliance, will grow because they will have something tangible. Whether Kenny wins or lose, but this is the biggest stepping stone, or on a political perspective. Now, let's talk about Katiso. I don't know whether it is wrong or right. Because Julius Malema says he also knows Katiso. So is it wrong for him to be there? No. But then again, the problem is the person that you are associated with and the things that the business that is up to. It's very much questionable. So yeah, I want to leave it here for now because there's going to be investigation. A lot is going to happen. And I can't wait for the Commission of Inquiry to unfold because clearly the Commission of Inquiry is going to unpack a lot of things that we are not prepared for. I am very much prepared to end this episode here with the hope that you and I will meet on the next episode. But until such a time, please take care.